A Sun County Almanac by Aldo Leopold. Part 3, A Taste for Country. Chapter 6, The Deer Swath. One hot afternoon in August, I sat under the elm, idling, when I saw a deer pass across a small opening a quarter-mile east. A deer trail crosses our farm, and at this point, any deer traveling is briefly visible from the shack. I then realized that half an hour before I had moved my chair to the best spot for watching the deer trail, that I had done this habitually for years without being clearly conscious of it. This led to the thought that by cutting some brush, I could widen the zone of visibility. Before night, the swath was cleared, and within the month, I detected several deer which otherwise could likely have passed unseen. The new deer swath was pointed out to a series of weekend guests for the purpose of watching their later reactions to it. It was soon clear that most of them forgot it quickly, while others watched it, as I did, whenever chance allowed. The upshot was the realization that there are 4 categories of outdoors men: deer hunters, duck hunters, bird hunters, and non-hunters. These categories have nothing to do with sex or age or accoutrements. They represent 4 diverse habits of the human eye. The deer hunter habitually watches the next bend. The duck hunter watches the skyline. The bird hunter watches the dog. The non-hunter does not watch. When the deer hunter sits down, he sits where he can see ahead and with his back to something. The duck hunter sits where he can see overhead and behind something. The non-hunter sits where he is comfortable. None of these watches the dog. The bird hunter watches only the dog and always knows where the dog is, whether or not visible at the moment. The dog's nose is the bird hunter's eye. Many hunters who carry a shotgun in season have never learned to watch the dog or to interpret his reactions to scent. There are good outdoors men who do not conform to these categories. There is the ornithologist who hunts by ear and uses the eye only to follow up on what his ear has detected. There is the botanist who hunts by eye, but at much closer range. He is a marvel at finding plants, but seldom sees birds or mammals. There is the forester who sees only trees and the insects and fungi that prey upon trees. He is oblivious to his eyes. And finally, there is the sportsman who sees only game and regards all else as of little interest or value. There is one elusive mode of hunting which I cannot associate exclusively with any of these groups: the search for scats, tracks, feathers, dens, rootings, rubbings, dustings, diggings, feedings, fightings, or preyings, collectively known to woodsmen as reading sign. This skill is rare and too often seems to be inverse to book learning. The counterpart of reading animal sign exists in the plant field, but skill is equally rare in occurrence and elusive in distribution. To prove this, I cite the African explorer who detected the scratchings of a lion on the bark of a tree 20 feet up. The scratchings, he said, had been made when the tree was young. The biological jack of all trades called ecologist tries to be and do all these things. Needless to say, he does not succeed.